Hello and welcome to another edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. Right off the bat on today's show, TVR is in the news. You know, we've long rumored sports car they've been developing. Really been hoping to catch a glimpse of this thing, maybe testing in the wild. Nothing of the sort has come out over the past several months, but there's been a lot of talk about this machine, and one of the pieces of the puzzle may be answered, and maybe a little blast from the past. Remember the old TVR Griffith? Yes, apparently TVR has trademarked that name, and the possibility of it being emblazoned on that brand new sports car could come true very soon, so we'll definitely keep you in tune if we hear any more. Next up on the list, you guys know the Fisker Karma, now just known the Karma. The model is actually called the Rivero. Now, an interesting thing has come out over the past several days, but if you don't know what the Karma Rivero is all about, it's basically the same old Fisker Karma, including the powertrain, which is a 21.4 kilowatt-hour lithium-ion battery and engine setup, which will give you 403 horsepower and an eye-watering 981 pounds-feet of torque. Now that'll get you 50 miles of EV range. It also has a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder generator, which will give you another 300 miles of range. Now, the Karma folks have actually refined this machine. It's supposedly light years away from what the old Fisker Karma was, as it was a little bit unrefined. But this machine ticks all the right boxes. And speaking of ticking boxes, they've got a brand new online configurer, which you can get on and actually tool up or spec up one exactly the way you want. What kind of wheels and tires, what do you want the brake calibers to look like, what the paint color, some interior specs as well. Hearing that this thing tops out just a touch under 140,000 US dollars. And here's the trick. We're hearing rumors too that this vehicle could be getting into dealers and new owners' hands by the end of the year. So we'll definitely keep you in tune on that front as well. Next up on the list, let's talk a little bit about the Grand Sport C7 Chevrolet Corvette. And the only reason why I'm using this picture is basically because this was the latest iteration of this vehicle. But if you've seen photographs and videos of what could be the brand new ZR1 that's been pounding around the old Nürburgring Nordschleife loop, well, this has got a lot of people frothing at the mouth. But there is some interesting news coming out on the home front from the old Bowling Green, Kentucky plant that builds the Chevrolet Corvette. Because on June 16th of 2017, plant tours, yes, you can tour the plant that makes the Chevrolet Corvette almost any day of the week, are going to be shutting down, which is not an unusual situation, especially tooling up for a brand new model. But wouldn't they actually shut the plant down for this new ZR1 for 18 months? Yes, they're going to shut it down for well over a year, which has pulled out another rumor from the old days that they're shutting down this plant for the new mid-engine Chevrolet Corvette. Yes, it's been long rumored, and the fact that the plant has grown and has expanded and had a lot of money being thrown at it to actually update the plant in big ways. It also fits the timeline where there may be a prototype mid-engine Corvette that may show off at the 2018 Detroit Motor Show, with vehicles actually getting into owners' hands, maybe by late 2018, early 2019. Yes, intriguing rumors indeed, especially for the fact that General Motors is shutting it down for 18 months, and they won't tell anybody exactly why they're doing said situation. So we'll keep you in tune if we hear any more. Next up on the list, speaking of pounding around the old Nürburgring Nordschleife loop, Porsche was testing a vehicle much like this when the 918 Spyder first came out. In fact, this is some photographs, or at least some shots that they actually shot during some of those test laps, or at least the promo test laps. And they were all done in this beautiful Martini livery. The trick is this car's been seen again testing over the past several weeks and pounding around the Nordschleife loop circuit of the Nürburgring very aggressively, some top speed, top flight laps, which raised the eyes of the folks over at Road and Track, who asked Porsche what was going on. Porsche's exact words were, we're trying to benchmark through testing of the 918 Spyder a yet unnamed model. which got me really excited, thinking, wow, Porsche's going to build a car that's going to be able to eclipse the performance of the 918 Spyder. There is another rumor, and it's not near as exciting, at least to me, is the fact that maybe Porsche may be a little bit, maybe a little bit angry over the Lamborghini Huracan Performante actually taking over the top spot, lapping in the Nürburgring Nordschleife loop. So we'll have to wait and see what Porsche's actually doing, but I'm really hoping it's the first version of that story. Last up on the list, let's talk a little bit about Top Gear, but not the Top Gear you're probably instantly thinking of, because there's going to be a brand new Top Gear America that's actually going to take place on BBC America coming up in the summer of 2017. And I've heard over the past several days they're actually going to be filming this franchise in Las Vegas, Nevada, which is something that we'd actually had already known. But the facility is now Speed Vegas, which is a little place. They've got their own racetrack, and you can actually go out there and play around in some of the best performance cars on the planet for a fee. They'll teach you how to drive it. They'll take you on ride-alongs. You can go on some drift runs with some pro racers, or you can actually pound around in some of the coolest cars on the planet. Now, the trick is they're going to be filming some in-studio segments along with the Stig all around the days of May 15th, 16th, and 17th of 2017. And I found out from another source that there's a place called ApplauseStore.com that's actually handling all the tickets. Was wanting to get some information about this over the past several days, or a little bit more clarification, but never had the time to get into it. And then, the morning of the taping of this program, was actually contacted by a representative from Applause Store, which has got your back now. Because you're a fan of motor cars, all you have to do is hit the link down in the show notes. I'll have it down there. It's also up on the Facebook page as we speak. And thanks to ApplauseStore.com, they have got your back with free tickets. And not only that, I've been assured by the representative that they are going to, and in his words, take care of you when you're on site, which sounds pretty good indeed. These free tickets, all you have to do is go down to the link in the show notes or go over to the Facebook page, use the link over there, the ApplauseStore.com. It'll send you right over there. Use the promo code SAHR, yes, SAR. Use that code and you can get the free tickets, and they are going to take care of you when you're on site. Would have loved to gone over and check this out for myself, but wasn't enough budget in the old 2018 budget for motor cars to actually fly my fat rear end out there. But maybe next time would be a pretty big treat. So if you want to, you can check it out down in the show notes. Should be a pretty doggone good time. And that's all there was that I thought was worth talking about for this edition of Motor Cars Enthusiast. Don't forget to like us over on the Facebook page. Links down in the show notes. Also, if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, you can do so at any time and get the first dibs on the brand new shows soon as they come out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again real soon.